Welcome back. Up next is Forum Daily's Energy Update with GasWizard.ca's senior petroleum analyst Dan McTeague. All yours, Dan.
Well, thank you for that, Nima. And boy, what a week it has been. Perhaps I shouldn't have wished for those predictions last week, which turned out to be spectacularly true. But even I couldn't have seen prices move up this quickly. We are obviously in record territory with average prices in Canada now moving towards $1.72 to $1.75 a liter. That means provinces like Newfoundland with much higher taxes now in the $1.91, $1.92 range, up a full 20 cents a liter from last week. British Columbia's Vancouver up now well over 20 cents a liter to $2. That's hard to say, $2.01 a liter. Even areas where there is far less tax and even home to our petroleum industry, Saskatchewan, Alberta, Manitoba, still struggling to keep prices down, but between $1.58 and $1.61 to $1.63. And of course, Ontario, which has seen a dramatic increase of 18 cents a liter. What makes this most interesting, Nima, isn't so much the price of gasoline, but the price of the fuel that runs our economy. Yes, in fact, you need it to make windmills and solar panels, and you definitely need it to make EVs, the polymers, the resins, the asphalt, and the tires. Anyone who thinks those things are hydrocarbon oil-free are kidding themselves. Diesel prices in one day went up 44 cents a gallon, the equivalent of about 14 cents a liter. That's never happened before. And the period of time from this Monday till Wednesday saw the biggest rise in energy prices we have ever witnessed. And yes, on the heels of the invasion by Russia, but I think reality now sinking in and confirming what we have been saying here at the forum for the past several months, that in fact, the global shortage of oil caused by green policies that we saw in Europe have now spread to the rest of the world. Green policies that have fueled and financed Vladimir Putin's attack on Ukraine have left many regions of the world vulnerable and exposed. And that now Canada, which has really refused to provide any more pipelines going east or west to tidewaters, isn't just now part of the problem when it could have been the solution. It's now meaning Canadians are from coast to coast are seeing record energy prices. The news here is that these prices are going to stay, and they're going to stay for a while, regardless of whether or not there is resolution, and one hopes that there will be. But even without Russia's invasion of Ukraine, we are still dealing with a significant global supply problem in the sense that there isn't enough production, and green policies have really sapped the ability for producers to want to get back into the game. Even at $110 a barrel, many are still reluctant to get back into the game. And why would they? Because they're only going to be attacked by folks that are out there with a policy of saying, fossil fuels are evil. Reality is now going to start to sink in, and this is going to be a long-term high prices. And I expect that this week across Canada, we're going to see gas prices move up, probably an average of about 5 cents a liter. But anything could happen. Any particular example of issue could take grip. And so we could see prices in Canada move up towards the $1.80 range, which means, how far are we from $2 a liter? Well, the federal government continues its insanity with a carbon tax of another 2.5 cents a liter. Then I think we're heading towards that direction. We shift from winter to summer gasoline. I don't think we're going to see demand destruction, certainly when it comes to diesel, as it's used for agricultural products and food and everything else, and transport, vessels, trains, et cetera. So I think what we're now looking at is a scenario where the energy crunch, this high price, is going to continue to dog the market for the foreseeable future. And in that context, expect week to week over increases about 5 cents a liter on average. I think policymakers are going to have to decide to drop carbon taxes, remit some of the GST and HST that federal and provincial governments are making. Look, this is not going to be an easy time, but there is a crisis. It's called an energy crisis, and it's bringing about a global crisis in security. And the sooner our politicians and demagogues clue into that, the sooner they're going to be able to help Canadians who are being hard pressed. At this stage, all we can do is continue to tell them why. They choose to ignore it. They do so at their own peril. This time next week, we'll be giving more bad news, but at least you've had a heads up. Nima, looking forward to doing this again next week, and fill her up and hang in there as best as you can. We'll talk to you. Thanks, Nima.
As usual, a lot to consider when it comes to energy, Dan. Thanks for that. That was Dan McTeague, Senior Petroleum Analyst at GasWizard.ca and President of Canadians for Affordable Energy.